Hello students, welcome to Red Shikshan Samstha's present e-learning classes. Today we are going to learn about clauses. Before we start learning, we should understand the concept of clauses. A clauses is comprised of a group of words which includes a subject and a finite verb. A clause contains only one subject and one verb. The subject of clause can be mentioned or hidden, but the verb must be apparent and distinguishable. Merriam-Webster says that about clauses, a clause is a group of words containing a subject and predicate and functioning as a member of a complex or compound sentence. For example, I passed last year. In this sentence, you will find only one subject and one verb. That's why it is a one clause sentence. When I come here, I saw him. In this sentence, you will find two subject and two predicate with the two complete meaning. That's why it is a two clause sentence. When I come here, I saw him and he greeted me. In this sentence, you will find three subject, three verbs, and three complete meaningful sentences. That's why it is three clause sentence. Now we will see kinds of clauses. Basically, clauses have its two important kinds. One is independent or main clause. It is also called as an principal clause. Secondly, dependent or subordinate clause. This clause has its subkinds. First is noun clause, adjective clause, and adverb clause. Let's see these all clauses in detail. Clauses, its main two subkinds are, one is main or independent or principal clause. Second one is subordinate or dependent clause. Now we will see main clause in detail. An independent clause functions on its own to make a meaningful sentence and looks much like a regular sentence. In a sentence, two independent clauses can be connected by the coordinator and, but, so, or, nor, for, yet. For example, he is a wise man. Now, in this sentence, you will find a complete meaning with one subject and one verb. That's why it is a main clause or independent clause, which doesn't need any help of any other clause or phrase. Now we will see a subordinate clause or dependent clause. A dependent clause cannot function on its own because it leaves an idea or thought unfinished. It is also called subordinate clause. Dependent clause help the independent clauses complete the sentence. A dependent clause alone cannot form a complete sentence. A subordinators do the work of connecting the dependent clause to the another clause to complete the sentence. In each dependent clause, when the first word is subordinator. Subordinators includes relative pronoun, subordinating conjunction, and noun clause markers. For example, when I was dating Diana, I had an accident. In this sentence, when is a subordinator with joining with the clause and completes the meaning of with the help of main clause. That is, I had an accident. Now we will see the kinds of subordinate clause in detail. A subordinate clause can act as an adjective, a noun, or an adverb in a sentence. There are three types of subordinate clauses depending upon its function in the sentence. Noun clause. A subordinate clause which acts as a noun, a sentence is called noun clause. Means when a subordinate clause plays the role of noun in that sentence which act as a noun of that sentence, it is called a noun clause. It is usually start with the words such as that, what, whatever, who, whom, whoever, whomever. It acts exactly like a noun in a sentence. It can work as a noun at that place of subject or an object. For example, whatever we study increase our knowledge. Noun as a subject. Now whatever we study is a subject of this sentence, means it's a noun of that sentence. That's why it is a noun clause. I buy whatever I need. Now we will see adjective clause. A subordinate clause which acts as an adjective in a sentence is called an adjective clause. As like an adjective, it modifies or add information to a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. It means when adjective gives more information about noun, a word gives more information about noun, it is called an adjective word. Same like when a clause gives more information about noun of that sentence, that clause become an adjective clause. An adjective clause mostly start with the relative pronouns such as that, who, whom, whose, which, or whose. For example, I saw a child who was crying modifies noun child. Who was crying? This clause modifying the noun of that sentence child. That's why it is a adjective clause. He hates the people who waste the time. Modifies people. Who wastes the time is giving more information about people, which is noun of that sentence. That's why who wastes time is an adjective clause. Now we'll see adverb clause. A subordinate clause which acts as an adverb in a sentence is called as an adverb. Like an adverb, it modifies a verb, an adjective clause or another adverb in the sentence. It's modify, add information to a verb, means action, of the main clause in term of time, frequency, that is how often it happens, or condition, cause and effect, and intensity, that is extent. As we know, verb work in this all way. For example, call me when you need my help, modifying verb call. When you need my help is modifying the verb of that sentence, that is call. Call is a verb of this sentence. That's why when you need my help is a adverb clause. The patient had died before the doctor reached. In this sentence, had died is a verb. It is modified by before the doctor reached. That's why it is an adverb clause. I hope you all have understood the clauses, concept and its kind and subkinds with the example. Thank you, students.